Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with 7 stories that prove Larry Bird was the greatest trash talker of all time. Now, from all the videos I've seen, I don't think there's competition for Larry as the greatest trash talker. I think that most NBA legends acknowledge Larry Bird as the greatest trash talker of all time. But I'm intrigued to see these 7 stories and to see if there's some that I haven't heard of, because I've seen so many Larry videos. But before we dive in, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I love talking to you guys. And if you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Well, we got Larry Legend.
What's up, guys? Mike here, and today we are going to be talking about Larry Bird. Now, Larry Bird was a 3-time NBA champion. He was a 3-time MVP. But perhaps most importantly, he was the world's best trash talker. So here are 7 stories that prove that Larry Bird was a trash talking legend. Number 7. He constantly insulted the people guarding him. If you want to get into a player's head, there is no better way than to trash talk your opponent and then back it up. And Larry Bird was the king of trash talking his man and then backing it up. For instance, he once scored 40 points and had a triple-double against a young Shawn Kemp. Late in the game, Kemp, who grew up in Indiana, attempted to defend a tough Larry Bird shot. Bird sunk the shot and, running back up the court, told Kemp, "I'm the best effing player from Indiana." In a game against the 76ers.
I don't know how you hit that. That's such great defense by Shawn Kemp, bro. Larry just hits a tough shot.
Told Kemp,
nothing you can do about that.
I'm the best effing player from Indiana. In a game against the 76ers in 1984, Bird found himself matched up against Julius Erving and dominated him. As he scored point after point, Bird kept repeating 2 numbers to Dr. J. The number of points Bird had and the number of points Erving had. By the end of the third quarter, those 2 numbers had become 42 and 6. 42 points for Bird, 6 for Erving. At this point, Danny Ainge claims that Bird told Erving to retire, which led to this.
Wait a minute, it's Barkley.
God dang, they holding it. Hey!
And perhaps his most memorable moment.
Somebody, where Larry Bird teammates at? You got one of Dr. J teammates holding Larry in a chokehold while Julius just throwing punches at him. Somebody need to get in there and help Larry Legend.
And perhaps his most memorable moment came in a game against the Pacers around Christmas. Before the game, Chuck Person, known as the Rifleman, told reporters that the Rifleman is coming and he's going bird hunting. Hearing this, Larry approached Person before tip-off, saying, "Hey Chuck, I have a present for you." He then waited until Person was subbed out, spotted up right next to where he was sitting, and drained a 3. As the ball went in, Bird turned to Person and said, "Merry effing Christmas." Number 6. He trash talked coaches. As Larry Bird became more confident, trash talking players just became too easy. So he began to trash talk coaches. Against the Bulls, Bird found himself matched up against Ben Porquette, a noticeably poor defender. He took exception to this and expressed to then Bulls coach Doug Collins, "Ben Porquette? Are you effing kidding me?" before dropping 33 points in the first half. Against the Pistons, a young Dennis Rodman tried his best to stop Bird, smothering him when he had the ball and trying to deny him when he didn't. Still, Bird found a way to get into Rodman's head, screaming at his teammates, "I'm wide open," even as Rodman was attached to his hip, and he acted as if he was wide open too, sinking 4 straight shots in Rodman's face before asking Pistons coach Chuck Daly, "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me or I'm gonna go for 60. And while scoring at will against the Jazz, Bird sunk a shot and said,
"When he ran by the bench, he goes, 'That's a heat check.'"
Before turning to Jazz coach Frank Layden and saying,
"Hey Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me?"
To his credit, Layden responded with,
Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
It's just like, what, bro? He's so good. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that can be done. And Larry talking trash to players, to coaches. He said anyone can get it. Anyone can get it.
With
Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
Number 5, the 3-point shootout king. In the 1986 season, the NBA added the 3-point contest to its All-Star weekend for the first time. Known as one of the game's deadliest shooters, Larry Bird was of course chosen to compete. And while now many see the 3-point contest as a friendly competition, Bird saw it as just another way to prove his greatness. Leading up to the event, Bird spent weeks practicing from the 5 spots he would be taking his shots, making sure he was at his best for the contest. While Bird was already supremely confident in his shot, this practice convinced him that there was no way he could lose to anyone. and he made sure his opponents in the contest knew this.
We had a three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
In other words, he was saying that first place was already locked up, and it was, as Bird began his final round by draining 11 threes in a row. He won the contest while still on the middle rack, and even showboated by banking in the money ball from the right wing. As he finished his last rack, he raised his arms and yelled, I am the three-point king, and he was. Because the next year, Bird won the contest again. Throughout the entire shootout, he never removed his warm-up jacket, demonstrating his unwavering confidence. And again, he called his victory before it, telling Dale Ellis, there's no need to talk this time. We all know who's going to win. And in 1988, in pursuit of his third three-point shootout championship in 3 tries, Bird, jacket on, sunk his final money ball to give him his 3rd straight title and the official crown of the NBA's three-point king. Number 4, welcome.
That was, I should have just named that the Larry Bird shootout. It should have been named the Larry Bird shootout from then on, because Larry walked in, let everybody know he was gonna win, went out and won 3 years straight. 3 years. That's crazy. I mean, that's Larry, though. That's Larry Legend.
His 3rd straight title and the official crown
He's
of the NBA's three-point king. Number 4, welcome to the league. By all accounts, Larry Bird loved to trash talk all of his opponents, but he had a special place in his heart for trash talking rookies. While recalling a game against Bird in his rookie season, Clyde Drexler summed up just what it was like for a rookie to be matched up against Larry Bird.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, you can't stop me. And I looked at him and I said, gosh, boy, you're so confident. He goes, confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything.
After that statement, Bird began to rain in shot after shot over Clyde, ending with,
Coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
in his first game as a Hawk, Dominique Wilkins went to shake Bird's hand at the opening tip. Bird looked at Wilkins stone-faced and ignored him. Later in the game, Wilkins knocked Bird to the floor on a drive to the basket. Bird got up and said, I like you, rookie. You've got guts. But I'm still going to go for 40 on you tonight. He was one of his promise, scoring 39 on Dominique while shooting 18 for 22
that's
in
crazy.
the game against the Pacers. Another notorious trash talker, Reggie Miller, attempted to get into Bird's head at the free throw line during his rookie year. Bird stopped, looked at Reggie, and said, Rook, I am the best effing shooter in the league. In the league. Understand? And you're up here trying to F and tell me something? He then, of course, proceeded to sink his next free throw. And this trash talk did not only extend to rookies, it extended to college players too. In preparation for the 1984 Olympics, the college-filled United States team led by Michael Jordan played against a team of current pros to practice. During the warm-ups, a ball bounced from the Olympic team's end to the pros end. Michael Jordan chased after it, and then
the ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands, and Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, you're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are.
Number 3, stay true to
You can't help but love these stories. I'm telling y'all, like, I think today's basketball, like, purely on the court is better. Y'all know how I feel about that, and I know y'all don't like that. But the stories from back then are definitely better. Like, the storylines, the rivalries, I do respect that. Like, I do enjoy that more. Like, hearing all these stories, they're definitely better.
Throughout his career, Larry Bird earned the reputation as one of the greatest clutch players in the NBA's history. Countless times the Celtics placed the ball in his hands, and countless times he came through. As his teammate ML Carr said,
Because, you know, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way.
and after a while, just scoring in the clutch became too easy for Bird. He wanted more.
I get a charge and I'll tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it.
So on December 30th, 1986, in the final moments of a tie game against the Sonics, Bird walked out of the huddle to the man guarding him, Xavier McDaniel, and said,
Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
and that's exactly what he did.
5 and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird just phenomenal.
In fact, he not only shot the game winner over McDaniel, he also shot it over McDaniel's teammate too, proving that not even 2 players could stop Bird in the clutch. And while this shot was incredible, the next season Larry managed to top it. In the second game of the 1998 season, the Celtics trailed the Bullets by 3 with just seconds remaining. The ball was passed to Bird, who sunk a three to tie the game, but his coach had called a timeout. No matter. Bird proceeded to sink a running three-pointer to tie the game, sending it into overtime. And in overtime, with just 2 seconds remaining, the Celtics again trailed when...
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot, and I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
You can guess what happened next.
You already know.
Where do we go?
You already know what happened.
Bird, he's got a shot.
Yeah.
Number 2, the game was just too easy. As I said before, Larry Bird often found the game's most crucial moments to be too easy. And when the stakes were even lower, such as an average regular season game, Bird had to find more difficult ways to keep himself motivated. For instance, according to Danny Ainge,
Larry used to come in the locker rooms, he'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, you know, hey ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. You know, he needed those kind of challenges.
Now, perhaps the most extreme example of this came on Valentine's Day in 1986. The Celtics had just finished a long road trip, so Larry decided to go out with a bang.
And Larry told all of us players, and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
Yes, Larry Bird promised to score every point against the Blazers with just his left hand, except for jump shots, which is exactly what he did. With both teams aware of his intentions, Bird scored 22 points with just his left hand, ending the night with 47 total points along with 14 rebounds, 11 assists, and the game-winning shot. And number 1 should have gone for 60. On March 3rd, 1985, Larry Bird's teammate Kevin McHale broke the Celtics franchise scoring record by scoring 56 points in a game. However, he took himself out of the game with just a few minutes remaining. Bird later told the media, "You should have stayed in there. Should have got 60. The two had a friendly rivalry, and Larry could not believe that McHale would take himself out with such an obvious milestone in sight. So, because he was Larry Bird, he decided to go for it himself. Just 9 days later, while matched up against the Hawks and Dominique Wilkins, Bird put on one of the greatest regular season performances in NBA history. As Doc Rivers put it,
he was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another.
Yes, on this night, Bird was on fire, sinking almost impossible shot after shot. In the fourth quarter, he found himself with 52 points, and then made this. He shot so impressive that the players on the Hawks bench fell over in disbelief. These Hawks players would eventually cheer on
Look at that, man. What the heck?
With 56 points and a chance to break McHale's record, Bird went over to the Hawks and said,
he called it, he said rainbow trainer's lap.
Meaning that's where he would shoot it, from the trainer's lap. Bird proceeded to catch the ball and do this, sinking a shot before falling into the trainer's lap. Meanwhile, the Hawks players high-fived each other, appreciating the NBA history they were watching. Now, this shot was waved off due to a foul, though Bird sunk both free throws and ended the game with 60 points on a buzzer beater, a Celtics franchise record that still stands. And thank you guys for watching. And
that's crazy, bro. Like this man, Larry Bird was the next level basketball player. Top tier basketball player, one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Buzzer beater, a Celtics franchise record that still stands. And thank you guys for watching, and man, does that not make you miss the way the NBA used to be? When trash talking was basically encouraged and not fined? For any future NBA prospects watching this video, trash talk. We love to see it. And as always, to my loyal subscribers, I love you guys. Your support motivates me to make videos. You're amazing. And if you haven't already subscribed and you're an NBA fan, I think you'll love the channel. I make videos like this. I do a bunch of other NBA content. Check it out. So I'm not saying you have to subscribe, but it would be cool if you did. And as always, guys, have an awesome day, and cue the music.
I love that. But that's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. I got social media, Patreon, all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal, out.